Hola, tiburones. Hello, sharks. My name is Juan Ignacio Stewart. I'm from Boulder, Colorado. My company is called Frescos Naturales. And I'm here looking for $130,000 for 8% equity in the business. Now, sharks, Latin American food and culture are now part of the fabric of this country. Anybody ever hear of Taco Tuesday before?
Hey.
But even though the food culture has been embraced, in the beverage space, there are very few healthy Latin American drink alternatives to high fructose corn syrup or artificially flavored sodas. You may ask, do they even exist? And I would say, claro, of course they do. Now, for those that are unfamiliar, we call these refreshing water-based drinks aguas frescas or refrescos. Using recipes of growing up back home in Guatemala, I developed Frescos Naturales, the first full line of better-for-you sparkling aguas frescas. We use just 3 ingredients, one of those being water, then the highest quality fruits and flowers, and then just a little bit of sugar. Innovating on these traditional recipes by adding light carbonation, making them a perfectly balanced fruit drink with bubbles in a can. Now, sharks, I can't wait to build one of the biggest, better-for-you beverage brands in the world. So, tiburones, sharks, the opportunities are big as the sea is deep. So how many of you are ready to jump into the waters of Frescos Naturales?
Ay, 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 arriba!
I love it. I love it. You know, there aren't. I think there aren't enough drinks out there in general from other nationalities, or not national, from other cultures and national drinks in American culture. Well, I feel like Doritos. I've had that a few times. I mean, obviously that's more of a soda than like a seltzer. That's what it sounds like. This is like a type of seltzer. Maybe it's not seltzer, or a light carbonation, but I think that there's definitely a market for these, because like when we go to different Mexican restaurants that we have around here, I don't really like to get Doritos, something like that, very often, because like I drink some soda, but I try not to drink too much soda, because it sneaks up on you. You drink a little bit, and you drink a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit. Like I try to keep it at bay, and drink a lot of water as well while I'm drinking soda. So it's not usually just me drinking straight soda. But yeah, hopefully Juan's got some sales to go with it, and but $130,000 ain't a ton of money, but that could play against him in the sense that the Sharks will look at it and say, well, you're going to need a lot more money than that to get distribution, if that's where Juan wants to take the business. So I don't know. We'll see. But we'll definitely see at the end here, is Juan's website, social media, as well as featuring one of your comments from down below in the super community.
It was
Great.
good. It was
Let's
poetic.
try them, right?
Yes, sharks.
right,
In
let's
front
try
of you, we have 3 of our top 4 selling flavors. You have maracuya, which is passion fruit. The rosa jamaica is the dark red one. That is hibiscus. And the pink color can, that's guayaba. It's guava.
Chihuahua, caramba, that's good.
Delicioso, que no?
It's light.
Yes, you can smell the fruit. I mean, it's basically...
How many calories in a can, Juan?
You're having the jamaica, it's the hibiscus, probably, I think that one's 60 calories in a can.
So some have more sugar than others?
So I add like 5 to 10 grams of added sugar.
Fruit juicy with a little bit of carbonation.
This one, not so much.
Tell us about you.
I'm originally from Guatemala, so that's where these recipes come from. So I grew up drinking these, and I moved here like 22 years ago, and now I make them at home for my son, right, for my family. And it was actually his idea to bottle these.
Is that your son,
they
Juan?
loved it. Yes, yeah, that's my boy. Yeah.
He's working the juice also.
No, he's not. He's 19. He's about to go to college. I made hot sauce before. I have a company that's called Green Belly Foods that's already distributed across Colorado. So Joaquin was like, hey, Pops, you know what you should bottle? Is this stuff. And that's when it clicked, man. Because Jamaica, as you know, every Latino that you know in the United States drinks this and has had it all their life. Okay, it's a classic. But you go to the store and you don't find it.
So what's the game plan? Do you have a co-packer? How are you going to get distribution?
Yeah, so great news. We already got accepted to Kroger. And this
What?
is...
How many stores?
They offer 4 major retailers. King Supers in Colorado is 130 stores, and Ralph's here in Southern California, 230 stores.
I'm really
Let's go. All right. So now it's starting to sound like you undervalued the business there because you, one, I assume, really wants to work with a shark. I would think, assuming it all sells through, and it sells well, and they don't end up taking a lot back. That is awesome. Like doing but the part of that. I definitely feel like he's undervaluing himself, even if the sales aren't there just yet. By having a business and a history in the CPG space, the consumer packaged goods space, I think that Juan obviously knows what he's doing. He has the connections and the relationships, and as I've said in other videos, business is relationships. It is people, and he clearly it seems like a really fun, loving guy to get along with. So I have a good feeling that he's got some of the really tight relationships.
It's shipping yet?
Yes, right. So I started last year at the beginning of the year with just the Jamaica one flavor. Basically, that first year I did 182,000 in sales. That's right.
All right, let's go.
$182,000 in sales year one. Now get us to 2022.
Right. So we're at 100,000 right now. In 6 months, and it's low. It's low. We should be at like 150.
For a company that's imputing a $1.6 million valuation with the sales that you have $500,000 to $1 million in sales. So tell us how you value the company.
Right. Yeah, basically, right now I'm looking at ending the year at like 330 to 350 in sales this year. We should get to 850 next year. 88 cents per can. I sell it at 210 wholesale.
What is the retail cost for the end consumer?
Right.
$4.
So it depends. At some of these stores, it's like they're selling it at like $4.50.
$4.50 per
yes.
can.
I want it at $2.99.
What is the average cost of a competitor?
So their competitors are like $3.99. We're competing against kombucha. We're competing against sparkling water.
What is a can of sparkling water?
Probably cheaper than our stuff, for sure. But it doesn't have the same flavor that people want.
Juan, this looks cool. You would have to teach me so much to help you that I just don't think it's something that I can help you with. It's not for me. I'm out.
Thank you.
Juan,
I mean, $4.50 a can is quite a bit, but I will say the other day I went to pick up 2 cases of soda for a get together we had, and I think I was blown away that for like 2 12-packs was like $8 per 12-pack, and it was like, oh, it's on sale for like $14, and I'm like, wait a second. Wait a second. When did soda get so expensive? Because like I was gonna pick up like the grocery house brand instead, and I'm like, wow, $4 for a case, like that seems like almost expensive. And then I looked over and it's like, oh, Pepsi. Oh wow, it's like it's like twice that price at this point. I didn't realize that it had gotten so expensive. Margin wise, 88 cents to 210. Yeah, I mean he's doing it. I think 450. I mean, even at $3.99 is expensive, but given the competition that he's competing against, which I don't know. I mean, you tell me in the comments below. Like, do you drink kombucha? I don't think I've ever actually had it, and would I have it with a meal, or even solo? Because I don't know, depending on the flavor, I wouldn't necessarily like. I really like the prickly drink that was on Shark Tank. I actually did a review here on the channel. Maybe I'll link that at the end of the video. But I wouldn't. I would only drink that as a drink on its own. I wouldn't drink it as food, like with food, because I felt like it would taste. It would change the taste too much, the palate too much. So and not for the better, not for the enjoyment of it. So it's just some thoughts, but yeah, okay. So still 1.6 million valuation. I think he could get there. Maybe Mr. Wonderful. I don't think he should take it a royalty deal there because the margins are tight unless he's like 10 cents a can or something. Maybe.
Seen so many beverage pitches on Shark Tank in 14 years. and getting market share is impossible. However, in your case, what's remarkable is that this cultural niche that you found is really intriguing. I do believe that there is going to be a market for this, but you haven't solved the logistics. However, I'm going to give you credit. You're the first one ever that I even thought about. You're the best pitch I've ever heard for a beverage. You're a cockroach too, but a really nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juan, I gotta give you credit. Your presentation was incredible, but I hate this business.
Why do you?
Because it's so hard to sustain it. There's a limited amount of shelf space, and all of a sudden they start asking for sliding fees or advertising, or we're gonna move you out to somewhere else, right? And so all of a sudden the investment needs start ramping up. I just don't like this business, so for those reasons I'm out.
For me, I think that this is very challenging in that it's extremely expensive and it's extremely competitive. And for that reason, I'm out.
Yeah,
one
I mean,
more
they
shark, though,
still have,
Daniel.
you know, because you got to advertise this stuff, right? People got to know that it exists out there in the world. And if you know, which is part of the problem, though, like at 88 cents cost, you know, you really only have like $1.30 to wrap up your marketing costs with each can, which is a lot, but for the amount it's going to cost to obtain new customers and hopefully keep a customer, considering that it's going to sell for like $4 to $4.50 a can is tough.
El paisa, Simón. So, esta es la cosa. Like, I want to take this coast to coast in the U.S., and I want to take it to Mexico, and I want to take it to Central America, where we know there's already consumers there wanting it.
Juan, you're mesmerizing. Like, I could listen to you for hours. You're so pleasant to listen
I'm
to.
free tonight if you
Beautiful
want it.
energy. It's a ton of work, but I just love your energy and your personality and so much passion, and I want to invest. But sometimes entrepreneurs don't realize how hard the road is going to be.
Well, no, when I launched this, it's right before the first diagnosis of cancer for my son. Like, even dealing with the shortage of aluminum during COVID, not a problem. Like, honestly, going to explain to gringos what Jamaica is, not a problem. Getting accounts, making maps, distributing, moving pallets, not a problem. Cancer with my son, that was something that, yeah, that really shows you like there's things, what matters and what is, you know, people can wait for the drinks.
Puts things in context.
So he was 15, he's 19 now. He just had scans this last week, and they're all good. Yeah, that's right. So he's clean now, 3 years. We're looking for 5 to be totally on the clear.
I'm sure you're going to figure this out because both your energy and your entrepreneurial spirit are very there. It's very clear.
With your help.
This is not, as it is today, not an investable business, but I'll say one thing to all the sharks. I am completely serious about this. This really is on trend. It is one of the hottest spaces. If you convince one of the other sharks, I'll do this because I believe in you.
We're all out, Daniel. There's no one to
This
convince.
is exactly what I wanted.
Wait a second. I'll do the deal with you. I want 30%.
Oh, jeez.
I'll do the deal with you. I want 30%.
Whoa.
15 each. That's the only way that happens. I
Don't
like this guy.
disrespect
I do
yourself,
not
Juan.
have a beverage. At 14 years, I've never done a beverage deal because I hate this space. But I love this guy.
Well, he
if
did
we get
zips.
30% for 130, I'll do the deal.
20%.
No,
That I'm
not
really
doing it.
I can't. I know what's involved. My team has a lot of stuff on their plate. Juan, ¿no quieres por 25%?
Okay, 25%, pero me podría dar. Oh, here's the other part.
They're saying
I should
25%.
have brought this up earlier. I'm also looking for financing for productions.
The way I can do it is that I'll do 130,000 for 25% because it's not just the 130,000. We have assembled an incredible team to help entrepreneurs like you. It's the best team in the United States in communications, in legal, in finance, in technology, in everything.
It's a bold statement
I'm happy to
there.
explore the financing. We'll be open to it, but we need to hit that road
do it,
then,
Juan.
depending on your
Don't do it,
performance.
Juan.
Look, that's big. Mark, you know, the Mr. 20% of a watermelon is better than 20% of or a whole 100% of a grape thing. That is a lot. But you potentially do get to work with Daniel, and I mean, he gets it, right? I think it is going to be a lot of work, and I think that for 130,000, if Juan's cap was 20% and he gets to work with Daniel and he wants to work with Daniel, 5% is not going to make it break a difference. And but I think, good on Juan for asking for financing, because obviously he's going to need a lot more money than $130,000, because otherwise it could just end up floundering.
It's valuing your company basically at $500,000.
Mark's free advice is worth every penny that you're paying for it.
Sometimes people get really excitable on that carpet.
But I don't want you to do this deal expecting a guaranteed finance. The $130,000 is much less than the hundreds of thousands of dollars of my team's time helping across the board. So I'm sorry, but I have to stand at the 25%.
All right, let's do it.
Congrats, Juan.
Vamos a trabajar.
That's awesome.
Good luck, Juan. Congrats.
Bueno.
Thank you, yeah.
Buena
See you at the
suerte.
Mavs game soon. Yeah, órale. Oh. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Working with Danny is a massive opportunity for me. I can learn so much from him, and I'm looking forward to that. That's like the biggest part, because I've been doing this all on my own with him and his team. That's a massive opportunity. I'm so grateful. Lord, I gotta call my mom. I gotta call my dad, my sister. I gotta call my son. Whew.
Wow, that's awesome. Great job. Let's go check out his website. So we got Frescos, you got the Our Story shop, photos, contact us, find it near you, and my cart. So all the different flavors are here. So like if I was going to, I would definitely go mango. Let's go mango. $20 for a 6-pack. So that's better. I mean, that's better than $4.50 a can. Like that. They have sparkling tamarindo. Not sure. I've never heard of that before. So yeah, quite a few of these. But no, it's great. This is awesome. So the only thing that I like to see is faces. I like to see Shark Tank sprinkled in, other than as seen on Shark Tank. Definitely want to see some faces, people enjoying it. That's, faces help people identify with it, having a good time, and we see it with so many marketing strategies. Now, when I clicked on the Facebook page, I'll try and open it again, but it says this content isn't available right now, so it's going to facebook.com/drinkfrescos, but it ain't showing up. So over on Instagram, we've got 1,500 followers and quite a bit of engagement going, which is great to see. Clearly, definitely getting people to engage with the content that they're creating, which is always great to see. Juan, I'd love to have you come on for an interview. Just drop a comment down below, like hi, bye here. It says these videos are really helpful. Thanks. You are very welcome. I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. I'll see you in one of these 2 videos over here. Take care and go Birds.